Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI tutorials. In this video, we will see that how can we apply conditional formatting over the tables in Power BI. Now, apart from conditional formatting, we will also be seeing that how can we apply some of the aggregate functions over the values on a table. So let us start with the video. In front of your screens, you all could see this table. This is the same table from the previous video in which I taught you about how to create a table in Power BI. So this is the same table that I have taken up. You can take up any table that you want. Now once you know that how you can create a table. After this, what we are going to do is actually apply conditional formatting over the different values in this table. So before working on it, you must need to know a few things about conditional formatting. First of all, the conditional formatting can only be applied over the numerical values in a table. So if we talk about this table, we have three columns of numerical values, that is the sales column, profit column and the discount column. So only these three columns can be applied with conditional formatting, and the state or province column cannot be applied with the conditional formatting. The second thing is what is conditional formatting? So it is actually a formatting that is done based upon some condition. Usually when we see this table, it is kind of plain. Now if we just sort this table on the basis of sales, then what happens is we are getting the sales value, like the largest value on the top and the smallest sales value on the bottom. We all know that, but there is no visual representation of the fact in the table. So if we want to visually represent something, some numerical value, then we make use of a concept that is known as conditional formatting. Conditional formatting can be applied on a number of criteria. What are those? We would see just now. So to apply conditional formatting, what do you need to do is make sure first you have got a table for yourself, and then in this format tab, what you can do is just scroll down. Here this is something written as conditional formatting, and this is exactly where we wanted to end up. So when you expand it, you have got these bunch of options. The first one is the heading of the column on which conditional formatting could be applied. Okay, so if you just see the drop down, there are these four columns, all the four columns of the corresponding table. But we know that conditional formatting cannot be applied over state or province because it is a textual value. So these three column headings are actually valid to apply a conditional formatting. First of all, let us apply it on sales. So whichever column you need to be formatted conditionally, you need to select that first. And these are the different parameters on the basis of which you can actually apply conditional formatting. These are background color, font color, data bars, icons and web URL. First of all, if we talk about background color and if we just turn it on, then what happens? You can see that the sales value is now formatted conditionally based upon blue color, which is by default the color for Power BI. So what does it do is it has actually marked this topmost value, which is the highest value, with a dark blue shade, and then this shade is lightening as the values are decreasing. You can see that at the bottommost value, like this one, this is the least dark blue, or it is the lightest of the blue. So this is a very simple type of conditional formatting in which there are the different shades of the colors available, and you can just apply them over a column using background color. Now what if you want to just change the color? You do not want this blue color, you want some other color. What you can do is you make sure that as soon as you turn this button on, there is something known as advanced controls is present over here. You can simply click on it and you will find this kind of a pop-up menu in front of you. All these things you can just keep the same. The thing we are going to focus on right now is this value. So the minimum, which means the lowest value, would be shaded by this shade of blue. But suppose you want some other color. I want like a shade of red. So I can just go to custom color and get a shade of red. And for the highest value, instead of blue, I want a shade of green. So I again go to custom color and just select a shade of green. instead of this, I can also enter a particular value in case I want that value to be associated with that particular color instead of the highest or the lowest values. Like here you can see either the custom value or the highest value for maximum. This is the format by option in which the color scale is selected, but there are other options also, like rules or field value can also be selected, which we would be discussing later on. But once you are happy with it, you can just click on OK, and after a second or few, you can see that the highest value is now represented with kind of a green color, and these are the brick red colors all associated with it, and the lowest value is represented by a reddish color. So that is how you can actually work with it to make a contrast very easy. We know that the highest value is the green and the lowest value is red. So that was about background color. Let us just take a look on other methods as well. So right now we have applied it on sales. Let us go to profit. And now what we're going to do, we can apply a font color, so that if we just turn it on, you can see that it is now changed on the basis of the font color. We can sort it on the basis of profit. We can go to advanced controls, and here is the same thing that we did on the basis of the background color itself. So I'm not going to repeat it, but you can just work on it similarly as you did with the background color. The third one is the discount column. Now we have sorted the table on the basis of the discount column, and let us just apply some conditional formatting over it as well. So we can just select discount column, and here are the different things, like you can apply a data bar, and these are the data bars that can be applied, which is the length of the bar that is showing you that what is actually the value of the discounts. Then what you can do is you can just select two bars, either positive or negative, and you can just give its direction. Suppose it's right now left to right, you can just change it to right to left, and once you click OK, the direction of the bar changes. And suppose you want to work with the positive and negative values, then for that what we can do is instead of profit, for profit we have to use this data bars option, because in profit only we have negative values, we do not have any negative values in discount. So let's just turn this font color off and just change this data bars option on, and we can just go to advanced controls, and there are this positive bars. We want positive bars with say green color, and negative bars with red color, and we can click on OK. Then what happens is all the positive values in profit are there with green, and the negative values are with red, which means that's a loss instead of a profit if the color is red. Then the next option we have is of icons. Suppose instead of data bars, let's just turn that off, we apply icons over profit. So these are the icons, that is these green ones with a higher profit, these yellow triangle ones for an average profit, and these red diamond ones for a loss or a negative value or below average profit. So that is how you can apply conditional formatting for the different options in Power BI. Now next thing is how to apply aggregation. So for that we can just go to fields, and here you can see in the values where we have dragged these columns, you can see something written as profit. If you just click on this arrow, you can see these are the different aggregations or different values that we can apply. So suppose I want to show the percentage of profit. So I can go to show value as, and I can go to percent of grand total. Then what happens is instead of the exact profit amount, I am getting the percentage of the profit, that how much percent of the profit I have made from the sales done in that particular state or in that particular province. Suppose you want to show something else, like instead of the percentage of profit, you also want to show its numerical value and the percentage as well. Then you can just drag this profit once more into the value column, and you can see now the value is shown as well as its percentage is shown. You can just change its order as well. Suppose for the discount you want to show on the basis of maximum, then what happens is actually there is no change, because there is this change on the basis of the maximum discount, that what is the maximum amount of discount, and that is being presented over here. or you can just go on sum. So sum is by default value, which actually shows the actual value. So if you're not sure what you want to show, you can just go with sum. Otherwise you can also go for average, like average of the discount would be shown over here, or if you want you can go with a minimum value as well. So that is how you can actually work with the aggregation functions in Power BI, and along with conditional formatting in Power BI. Also you can show the percentage of any of the values that you want. So that is all in today's video, and I hope you all have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.